Listen to me, my gorgeous Capricorn, please listen to me. When it comes to this particular week, and I'm talking about the week in between the 5th and the actual 11th of December 2022, when it comes to this particular week and when it comes to you in particular, my gorgeous Capricornius, anything is possible. Please remember this week anything is going to be possible, and that means that your power, your personal power, it's going to be enhanced in such a way where you kind of start giving your precious energy towards something. It's gonna go much further and it's gonna be so much more powerful than it normally would be. So when I say that anything is possible this week, I really mean that it's absolutely perfect time for you to start a new project, to start something new. Please believe me, please trust me, because this stage of your life, it's more important than you can possibly imagine, and it's happening right now at the end of the actual year, which means that it's like, oh my God, when we start something at the end of the year, the energy is really powerful, really different. You know, like when you start something at the time when the moon is new, not full but new. So when you start something normally at the time when the moon is brand new, then your power goes along with this moon, with the way moon grows and changes, you know. Then your project, you know, becomes more powerful, more significant. It becomes stronger and stronger and stronger because you worked, for example, with the power of the actual moon energy. And the point is that this is what happens at the end of the year, which of course is December now. So this is why this is all going to be amplified, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. And also what I was going to say, so at the beginning of the week, you need to realize that the whole week is going to be like that, like anything is literally going to be possible, and it's a perfect time to start something new. And at the same time, you know, why I really love this so much, because also at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Capricornius, you are going to have such a giant, huge moment. And what is this giant, huge moment? Oh my God, you know, like I could go really deep and talk about this for like 2 years right now, but I can't, because I have only a considerable amount of time, you know, to actually talk about something. But this is really, really deep, more than you can possibly imagine. At the beginning of this week, you know, your life's mission, my gorgeous Capricornius, you know, your life mission, or you know, some kind of like a career direction, it's going to be will become absolutely clear. Listen to me very carefully. Your life mission or the actual career direction, it's going to become absolutely clear. This is so important for you to understand. So from the beginning of the week, you know, you just need to really pay attention to those subtle little messages that you're going to have. Pay attention to any numbers, especially if you see number 333, number 33, and number 777 and 222 repeating. Any combination of this number that is repeating, it's also kind of pre-warning you. It's trying to let you know that very soon, after that moment in time, couple of minutes after that moment in time, there is going to be a very interesting opportunity for you as well, then and there, like really quickly, within the very short period of time after you see this sign, after you see this number. So this is something that you need to pay attention to pay attention to the actual synchronicities more than ever throughout the actual week, especially when it comes to this particular number. So as soon as you notice these particular numbers on your time or on the screen or somewhere, at the same time, you need to know that very shortly, 2 or 3 minutes after that moment in time, there is going to be a very interesting opportunity for you, and you will see exactly what I mean. So my gorgeous Capricornius, this is so important, because this week it's also bringing you a clear direction indeed, okay? And also at the same time, there is going to be one specific problem that you're going to be thinking of. There is a one specific problem that is going to be like really worrying you. And this one specific problem, it's really kind of part of the challenge. This particular problem that I'm talking about is going to be consisting of you thinking about a certain family member. You're going to be worrying about your family member so much because something is going on right now and something is going to be going on at the beginning of the week. So this is really going to be taking your attention away from you a little bit. So this is either going to be like your family member, it's either going to be like a really great friend, someone that means to you so much that you're worrying about something because of something. Do you know what I mean? So you're going to be worrying about that quite a lot. But let me tell you, what you're worrying about, what you're going to be worrying about that specific person in your life, whether this is your family member or whether this is your like a really great friend, you need to understand this. I'm not telling you to ignore this, but I'm just telling you to think of this problem as an opportunity for change. Just remember this, to think of this problem as the actual opportunity for change. This is something that you need to understand, because there is a more to it. There is something else that you're going to understand and realize about that person and about yourself and about something else later on, what you're going to do, what you can do. There is a very interesting idea that you're going to have, but this idea, it's not going to come up, my gorgeous Capricornians, unless you see this as an opportunity for change, and you will see exactly what I mean. And you know, when it comes to the actual, also going back to like your life mission, you know, it's going to be absolutely obvious. Listen to me very carefully. Your life mission, it's going to be obvious, you know, or the actual clear direction. Your life mission or a clear direction, it's going to be obvious from the beginning of the week. See how you're going to feel. It's not only about the messages, but see what is going to be on your mind the first few days in the morning. See what you're going to be dreaming about. See what is persistently on your mind that is making you feel so excited and so happy and so optimistic and enthusiastic about your future. It's a lot how you're going to understand what this is. From the beginning of the week, there is so much going to be boom, 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 boom. This like enthusiasm. You're feeling so excited and your energy is rising like a big mama, like there is no tomorrow. Why? Because you need to put these dots together. You need to connect these dots together. You're going to be thinking a lot about certain aspects of your future that are going to be making you so enthusiastic, you know. And this is like about your life mission. This is about your career direction. This is about your direction in general, that it's going to come to you through you suddenly feeling so optimistic about your future and certain aspects of your future. This is exactly how you will know what am I talking about. This is exactly how these things are going to be revealed to you. And even more so, you're going to become so ambitious, like, oh my God. Within the first couple of days this week, my gorgeous Capricornians, you are going to feel this absolutely mind-blowing big mama ambition like you haven't felt in absolute years. And this is so important because at the same time, it's more about you feeling so confident about doing this, so confident about that particular success that I'm talking about, that you're going to become aware of at the beginning of the week. So you are going to go into like a bit of like a half of a psychic mode and very into mode. You're going to become so confident about that particular success that nothing is going to stop you ever again. And let me tell you that this is actually going to bring such a great accomplishment into your life when it comes to your finances, when it comes to you living a life of luxury, baby. But basically, you could be really rich now. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter. But my point is that it's like you will be able to live your life in so much happier way. You will be in so much happier place. But also at the same time, you are going to be able to have things that you don't have now, and you're going to be able to get things to yourself that you can't get now. And if you are completely rich, you know what I mean, like millionaire, billionaire or whatever, you know, it doesn't really matter, you know, because sometimes it's like basically there are certain things that are missing in our lives, you know what I mean. You can have all the money you want in the world, but you may not be completely happy because there are other aspects that you need to fill in when it comes to your life. So you know, it's all going to be leading towards what you should be doing in order to make your life complete. That's the bottom line here. I hope that makes sense, my gorgeous Capricornius. And you see, so this is really going to be the right thing to do. And at the same time, it's like, oh my God, you are also going to be thinking, why didn't I do this like before? I should have done this a long time ago. And what is also going to be a driving force, you know, if there are going to be so many elements of you feeling so restricted and blaming yourself, you know, like, why didn't I do anything about that before? Why didn't I do anything about that before? You're going to kind of get to the stage where you're going to be blaming yourself a little bit. Oh my God, I should have done this such a long time ago. But it doesn't really matter. It's you were meant to do it now, because it's not about you doing this like a long time before. It's about you finding out something remarkable along the way, on your way here. There were specific things that you needed to find out. You may not be aware of it, what this is, but later on that is going to become obvious when you are facing the certain challenges on your path, and you will have the response where you're gonna really kind of surprise yourself where this is coming from, where it's coming from your subconscious mind. You know, it's all there, but you may not be aware of it. You know how much you've actually learned about your life, and how much you were actually how much have you been prepared to this moment. So the fact that you felt restricted and unhappy for quite a while now, because you couldn't do what you wanted to do, and you couldn't express yourself in the way you wanted to express, this is all kind of gonna, like, oh my God, contribute towards you like kind of needing to come up, like chill out, relax a little bit, and needing to like kind of like come up with a plan, because this is going to be constantly on your mind, and one thing it's going to be like kind of like a leading to another, and when you need to come up with a plan, and you don't have to rush with anything whatsoever, but you do need to relax, chill out, and come up with the plan. And also, most importantly, you need to kind of also throughout the week pay attention to the actual details, and also at the same time you need to kind of stick to this plan. You need to focus on this. You need to commit yourself to this task at hand. If you don't fully commit yourself to this, it is not going to work, and then you're gonna have to like more work on your own karma until you understand the importance of this, and you needing to commit to this until you get to this level, to this stage. And only you can do this through your own understanding. If you don't want to commit yourself to this sorry then it means that you're not ready, you see. But I'm telling you that you are ready, because you do indeed have the relevant experience when it comes to this, my gorgeous Capricornius. Okay, let me just take a little sip of my tea. Sorry, so it's like my throat is so dry. So good, you know. How do they call that thing, you know? ASMR or something. You know, like those little sounds. Yeah, can you hear it? See? Yeah, so basically... Okay. See what I mean? Rose and hibiscus with organic honey. My local beekeeper. And organic unwaxed lemon. I'm obsessed with this tea, like literally obsessed. But anyway, so now my gorgeous Capricornius, basically by the time you get to the mid part of this week, you know, so this is brilliant here. I like it because now this is basically you are going to be having like a brilliant epiphanies at around the midweek. Listen to me very carefully, my gorgeous Capricornius. You are going to have a brilliant epiphanies when it comes to the midweek. You need to pay attention to this, because on one hand, this brilliant epiphanies that you are going to have, they're going to be leading to magical opportunities and plans that are going to work out really, really perfectly. So you need to pay attention to this quite a lot. And then on another hand, these brilliant epiphanies that you are going to have, this is also like kind of going to be your sign that you know you have been in a very, very kind of low period over the last year or two. And now this is also going to be a sign which is signifying the actual turnaround. It's signifying like a complete turnaround here, and this is important because at the same time you have been waiting for this moment. You have been waiting for some kind of a sign. You have been waiting for some kind of indication. So it's not only about the actual epiphanies. It's not only about the, knowing that these brilliant epiphanies are going to lead to magical opportunities. It's not only about plans that are going to be working perfectly, but it's all about you needing to understand that at around the midweek, this is also going to be the time of your life where you are going to start having such a big turnaround. Okay, and I'm saying that you're going to be having like a really kind of a powerful turnaround, because at that moment in time you will realize that you were in a bit of a low point, especially when it comes to the last year. So you will realize, oh my God, I was in such a low point, and sometimes we are, and sometimes we don't want to like kind of admit this to ourselves, and sometimes there is so much going on. Sometimes we know that we have to do something that makes us feel really unhappy, and we are doing this until we find something else. It can go on so many different aspects of our lives, but you didn't realize in what low period you have been, and you're only going to realize in what a low period you have been. You're only going to realize at around this mid-week, where you will see exactly what I mean by actually saying this. And also, you are going to become aware of someone who is like kind of trying to control you at around the midweek. So when you become aware of someone who's trying to control you in a bad way, well, you need to understand that you have to be very much so. Don't come out with this. Don't say anything. Don't let that other person know this whatsoever. So when you become aware of someone trying to control you, you zip it, my baby. Keep it to yourself. Don't say anything. If you say something, it's like a poison. It's coming out. You know what I mean? It's going to poison the atmosphere. Now, if you say something, it's like whatever you say, it's not going to be good. Whatever you say, it's not going to be good enough. Whatever you say, it's not going to mean anything. And whatever you say, it's going to come out like a poison, like to the actual atmosphere, not like poison, like that you are creating a poison, but it's just not going to be taken in the right way, and it's going to bring nothing good. All right, so what you need to remember is you need to kind of like really keep it to yourself, like your little secret. When you become aware of someone who's trying to control you, keep it to yourself. You say nothing. Okay, this is important because you protect yourself, you protect your energy, and 2 or 3 days later, you will realize that you have to be very practical about how you're actually going to proceed here. Because if you do want to say something, then you're gonna need to have a sensible approach. But this also kind of, you don't need to say it now, like later on, much later on. Now, not a good time. So this in itself is just gonna be your sign that you want to kind of like really move on with your life. Because what you're going to find out here, you're going to find out like suddenly, as soon as you become aware of this person trying to control you, now suddenly you're going to be thinking, what do you want to do next? And then you're going to realize, oh, like almost as if you're ready for some kind of adventure, almost as if you're like a kind of like a really kind of like that's how you're gonna feel, like you're ready for adventure. And this is gonna make you think, this is gonna make you wonder, how come am I ready for adventure? And you will see that there was someone who was causing such a huge amount of negative energy in your life that made you feel stuck, made you feel so uncomfortable about yourself, and you weren't even aware of it. And this is why you become aware of something about someone who's trying to control you. For example, a very toxic and horrible energy, and as soon as you become aware of this, it's more like the feeling of relief that you're going to have, which you're not even going to become aware of at that moment in time. But it's more about now suddenly you're going to recognize something really significant about yourself. Why are you wondering in such a positive and optimistic way now, what's next? Like, you're ready for an adventure, and you will see that that person was no good person for you whatsoever, my baby. It was just draining your energy. So this is how things are going to turn out for you really brilliantly. And also at around the midweek, like you will be thinking like, it's all about kind of healing and ascending onto the next level, next stage of your life. And you are going to be thinking about some kind of decision to make, and at the decision that you're going to be thinking that you need to make, it's really involving you, and it's pretty much so connected to the best people in your life, like to your family members and things like that. Really important decision that is actually going to involve everybody, if that makes sense, you know, all the most important people in your life. And to somebody really powerful, male person, strong, very centered, very intelligent, very powerful, very, very wise. Through that person you will understand, you will know what to say and what to do and which step to make. So someone is going to inspire you, and this is going to become a really great determination over the aspect of your life that was worrying you so much about you doing something. But also what you're going to do is going to affect every single person who is like either your family member or your friend, people who are very close and dear to you. Everybody is going to be affected by this, and somehow you were like kind of worrying about it. But through this person, you're going to understand that you are doing the right thing, and you are about to make the necessary step here, which is going to really bring your determination up like there is no tomorrow indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornius, raise your vibration, baby. Capricornius, Capricornius, raise your vibration. Capricornius, 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 pam 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 pam, 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 Capricorn. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Capricornius. Raise your vibrations. It is very important indeed. So now, by the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Capricornius, my goodness, you are going to feel so enthusiastic and optimistic and creative and rather impatient when you become aware of what I want you to become, or what you're going to become aware of, what I want you to know right now. And you are going to become aware of some absolutely mind-blowing and very, very exciting opportunities. These exciting opportunities that you're going to become aware of are going to instantly make your heart flutter. And it's also at the same time, this is going to really kind of going to make you aware of the two things that the reason why you're going to feel so excited is because this is to do with your passion. This is to do with your passion, and it's also going to allow you to finish what you already started. And at the same time, another thing that is going to be very kind of obvious here is that now you are going to need to kind of really kind of going to learn a little bit more about something. You're going to become aware of, so it's to do with a certain subject or career that you're going to need to learn a little bit more before you take this on. But also it's a lot to do with you understanding that these are very important next steps that you are going to take when it comes to your life. But there is going to be the element of you needing to revisit an old plan as well, because remember, it's to do with like you understanding that you need to finish what you start, something that you started. So something already started, perhaps it's just started in your mind, maybe you were just planning, so now you're doing it, because you're very powerful when it comes to your mind and when it comes to that energy. Do you see what I mean? So this is all kind of about you really kind of continuing to move forward in your life, taking the next steps, but at the same time you are going to be kind of revisiting some old plans. And this is all about you kind of like a really kind of becoming aware of at the same time, well, do you know what I mean? This like kind of like a exciting opportunities are also going to make you like, oh my God, to come out of yourself so nicely. This is where you're going to realize that you are really kind of tapping into a very, very interesting vibration and energy here, because you're literally going to come out of yourself in the best possible way. And when I say that you're going to come out of yourself, you are almost like kind of going to be thinking in a very specific way where you're gonna almost not gonna recognize yourself, but in a good way I'm talking about. So it means that you're gonna come out of your comfort zone. You, my gorgeous Capricornians, are gonna be ready for absolutely anything at this stage of your life. So it's all about you kind of like knowing that this, you know, it's about the actual, you know, gosh, sorry, it's no, somebody's like acting crazy on the road, on the road, on the road, somebody's acting crazy on the road, on the road, on the road. So now, sorry, so it's like basically, no, it's about the news of exciting opportunities that you're going to have here, and this is going to make you feel like so excited, as I said. But this is also to do with you knowing instantly that you're going to need to make a bold and rather ambitious choices. Normally this will put you off, but now you will just know that this is going to bring an amazing victory into your life. What you're doing right now, it's very, very wise, okay? And you will know this because this is like basically going to bring a recognition into your life, but at the same time it's just going to really elevate you and put you on the path where you should be, especially when it comes to the beginning of an unfoldment which is about to bring the whole new portal into your life, the whole new stage into your life. Very exciting, my gorgeous Capricornians, indeed. So now I'm just gonna see what is gonna be Oracle card of the week. Okay, so your Oracle card, my gorgeous oops, yeah, it's like 10, of course. This just fell down, look. So I'm just gonna do basically, I'm gonna go with this big mama here, like, because this just fall down. So I'm not even gonna shuffle these babies anymore. So now, these are the cards that came out. You see, my gorgeous Capricornians, when it comes to you, they just jump out by themselves. I don't have to do anything, yeah? So the first card, the first is, you're going to have a very unusual sign from the spirit this week. You're going to have a very unusual sign from the spirit this week. You will know that the spirit is around you. You will know it. Whatever the sign is going to be. Whether this is going to be like some kind of like different energy, whether this is going to be like the air being really cold, whether there's going to be some kind of some kind of strong fragrance or smell, you know, you will know that the spirit is around. Okay, when you become aware of the spirit around, I tell you, I said this before, you just need to release the blockage. Release the blockage, because you will be thinking about something negative on your mind. That negativity needs to go. You need to release it, okay? Because if you, because you will realize that you're blocking yourself from moving on. And if you don't act on this in time, it's just going to turn into real challenge. So this is what you need to pay attention to immediately, as soon as you become aware of the spirit. Sorry. Immediately pay attention to like what blockage do you need to release, in the sense of what you need to become optimistic instead of negative in your mind. It's time for action, baby. That's the second card. It's time for action. It's time for action. Okay, so just remember this. The third time, this is the third, but it's time to take risk as well. You need to take a risk in life, you know. Without risk, there is no life. You know, you take a risk, we do anything really. You take risk with anything. We take risk every day. Just going to work, you take a risk. Anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? So basically, yeah, so taking risk. So when you find yourself like, oh my God, doubting a little bit and things like that, just remember to take a risk. Because by taking a risk, you're also going to illuminate your life. Okay, by taking a risk, you're about to illuminate your life. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornians, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.